Yeah.
Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Friday Night Panel with yours truly, Mike Orr, and my friend and guest co-host tonight, Brooke. Brooke, how are you? Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Awesome. There's
my
lots
pleasure.
to talk about. It's the end of the year. Lots of awards have been handed out. Some deserving, some not so deserving. We should probably just get right into it, break it out, talk about some of the prospects who've been named prospect of the year and your thoughts on them. Sky Nicholson, what do you think?
Sky Nicholson. I think I think he's definitely an up and coming prospect. I think he's got a little bit of work to do still, kind of prove himself a little bit, but
she's out of Australia.
On the right path.
She's out of Australia.
Yeah, she's
5-0 right now. No knockouts.
Yeah. Working your way up, you got to get there slowly.
Yeah, get there slowly. She was very active this year though. Definitely, I think she was definitely deserving of it, man. 5 fights, 5 wins. Debuted this year.
Yeah, they were all this year, right? All 5 fights this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
huge. That's
a good start.
Definitely a good start. The world. Australia's been stepping it up in the last little while. They've definitely been putting some of their ladies on the map, and that boxing scene over in Australia is really starting to explode.
Anywhere overseas it's nice. It's nice to see.
Definitely,
especially for the women.
Man.
For the women, they've been blowing up since I was fighting overseas. It was big over there when I was fighting. I never got the opportunity to go like that way, Canada, Mexico, stuff like that. But yeah, It would have been nice to get that way and have some of those paydays. They were getting paid better over there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you've talked about the pay before, and in women's boxing and how great it was, and how not so favored. Some of the paydays here were.
It was. Yeah, the paydays. I don't know exactly what the girls make today, but I definitely know that they make way better money. Obviously, they're getting a little bit more equal with the men. My highest payday was $4K.
Really?
4,000. That's all.
Oh my God.
Yep. And that was in Mexico against Mia St. John.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, for the rematch. That's $4K. That was my contract. I don't know what she got paid, but I'm sure it was way more than that. Obviously, it was in Mexico, but I just wanted the belt.
Yeah,
back in the day, I was talking to Natalie about this the other day, and back in the day, you loved the sport, so you did it just because, not for the money per se, but the competition back there then was hardcore. Like just about anybody you stepped in the ring with could have been a potential problem. Like they were all gritty and tough. There's a lot of them today, but the fights, even though the top fighters fighting each other, which is awesome, but I still don't feel like they're quite all on that level playing field of just down and dirty.
Right.
I find when we were fought,
I find nowadays that like opportunities to fight for belts are very early in some of the careers for the women. I guess it's due to lack of competition in the weight classes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Lack of opponents, lack of people on the same level. There just isn't as many of them out there, but there is a lot more up and coming. So hopefully in 2023, we'll see a lot of those young pups coming up.
I think 2023 is going to be a big year for Mia Motu out of New Zealand. I don't know if you've heard of her yet. We've interviewed her a bunch of times on this channel. She's 15-0, 6 knockouts. She made history. She's a 4-division champ in New Zealand. She just took the WBC.
Nice.
She just won the WBC Asia Continental in Dubai. She's ranked now number 2 by the IBF. It's looking like they're trying to get her and Trinica Johnson in the ring in early 2023.
Yeah, that would be big. Yeah, I haven't heard of her or seen her. But yeah, I'll definitely have to check her out.
Definitely. We'll have to get her on your show so you guys can talk.
Yeah, definitely bring her on the show.
Yes, fans out there. Brooke will be dropping her own show soon to come. Watch for that first episode coming out soon. It's supposed to be a doozy. We won't let you know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a big surprise, and I think it's going to be an excellent piece of entertainment to watch.
Yes, tune in.
Yeah, definitely.
Tune in. It's gonna be exciting.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. There's definitely going to be some words spoken back and forth. That's for sure. Shout out to Carl from Last Bell Boxing.
Sure.
What's up, brother? How's it going, Carl? Bring her to the UK. Pay the bucks. Get a big push from Eddie. Yeah, always. We know
right?
UK pays. We know, man. They're hey.
Yeah, Eddie, UK pays big money.
Eddie Hearn, promoter of the year. What do you think? What do you think?
You know,
go on.
I don't agree with a lot of things he does, but I do believe that he is definitely stepping up the game for women. As far as promoters, he's definitely backing them. He's definitely paying. You know, people are making with him, which is nice. He's setting up some really good matchups. I think he's had some really good competitive fights. It's not just a nobody fighting a great. Like, he's making the fights fair, I should say. I don't always agree with things he says and the way he goes about things, but I can't knock the guy because he's one of the very few that's really pushing the women's game, especially today. Like, some of his fights at cards are, you know, with all women, and they're, you know, there'll be another airing on at the same time with men fighting, and, you know, their numbers will be better. So, I mean, he's definitely pulling through, and he's getting a lot of fights in the States too, which is nice.
I also like the fact that he's starting to open up Dubai as a new hotbed for boxing, because, you know, the money's there. The money is there. You know, they're breaking ground, having women fight each other, you know, over there.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see a lot going on in Dubai in 2023. You know, they definitely have the money to build a huge infrastructure for boxing over there.
He does. So, he does. Yeah. There's the talks about the Serrano and Taylor rematch. I don't really want to see that. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't want to see that rematch. It's going to be the same thing, only probably worse now that Katie has been in there with her. Amanda's a great fighter. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. And goes up and down and all of that. It would be a good payday for her, but I really don't see the outcome changing too much. I actually see it maybe going a little bit better for Taylor now that she actually knows what to expect. Right. So I don't think that's really a great rematch, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think?
It took a long time to get them in there to begin with, right? In the same ring. And when it finally happened, you know, in Madison Square Garden, huge card, April 30th, you know.
Right.
You know, a lot of people weren't disappointed, but some people were disappointed in you know, the show. But I thought it was a great fight. You know, a lot of people are calling it fight of the year. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Katie Taylor's always exciting to watch. So is Amanda. I mean, they're both two gritty, you know, go head to head fighters. I think the style was a great matchup, definitely for that fight. Fighter of the year. I mean, I would say definitely top 3, top 2, I'd say definitely in the top 3. I don't know if I'd say best fight of the year, but definitely up there.
Okay. Carl says Serrano Taylor 2 will happen in March at Cork Park in March.
Cork Park in March. They're saying that. I wouldn't be surprised because it's a big money for everybody involved. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just not excited for the rematch. I was excited for the first one, but
so was I. You know,
rematch,
the anticipation. It was the anticipation. Yeah, we waited so long for it to happen. Honestly, I'm going to say 2022 goes down as the year for fights that didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
So many fights that we were promised just didn't come through. You know,
Yeah, I'm glad that one topped it and finally came through. But yeah, I don't know. I can think of better matchups, I guess.
yeah, yeah. And honestly, I think 2023 is going to bring a hell of a lot of great matchups. Actually, I'm
I
super
agree.
excited for it. Super excited. Knockout of the year, Lee Wood, incredible, awesome. Against Ireland's Michael Conlon. That was a contender for fight of the year, but any fan who saw it will never forget the climax. Southpaw Conlon scored a brutal first round knockdown and imposed his boxing skill on Wood through the first half. Slowly, however, the tide turned and Conlon began to fade. Wood upped the pace and floored the man in the 11th with bullet holes in a fuel tank. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was massive. Conlon was running on empty when he was spectacularly knocked out and sent headfirst out of the ring in round 12. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Honestly, knockout of the year, big one. Carl, yes, you were there live, actually. You were there live. That's awesome. I forgot about that. I believe, wasn't that your first event, Carl, that you guys did that went? Or were you there for Last Bell Boxing? Or were you just there as a spectator? The greatest fight town in the world, Nottingham.
Nice.
Oh, man. Honestly, upset of the year, they're saying, Dimitri Bivol over Canelo Alvarez. I don't know. Honestly, I wasn't excited. It wasn't an excitement fight. Like, it wasn't exciting for me.
No, I didn't think so either.
I really didn't. I really wasn't.
There was no fireworks.
No, there wasn't. Sometimes you just, there is fireworks, but they were both undefeated title holders when they met last May, and they appeared to be fighters moving in two different directions. Alvarez was white hot, fresh off collecting 4 168-pound belts in 11 months. And then Bivol coming off a more competitive than expected win over Craig Richards. And then, a lackluster performance against Usmar Salamov, lost him some early career momentum. And then, Alvarez got back into it, controlling the fight and less competitive than the scorecards reflected. Decision win. Alvarez fought at 175 pounds before, knocking out Sergey Kovalev in 2019. But Bivol proved to be different experience, physically stronger. Bivol used his super size to push Alvarez back. It wasn't anything huge.
No.
It wasn't anything huge. There are some fights though this weekend for all those people that got ways to watch it. Bam Rodriguez's older brother by 2 years, Joshua Franco, is fighting Kazuto Ioka in Tokyo Saturday night, guys. If you want to watch it, man, that one's for the WBA, WBO, Super World Superfly and World Superfly titles. This one's going to be great, man. I can't wait. Can't wait to check this one out. I don't know. Are you familiar with Bam Rodriguez and his older brother?
I'm not. They're lower weights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I've never really got into like the really low weights, like knowing the people from very well. I mean, I'll watch the undercards and stuff, but I don't really follow them as much with the lower weight classes, which I don't know why, because they're usually more exciting. They throw way more punches.
Oh my God. Like, yeah, thousands of punches in like 8 rounds. It's crazy stuff, man.
Exactly. I mean, I like to watch them. I guess I just don't really follow their careers.
Honestly, these Japanese, man, they got some small guys that really can hit.
They do. Females and males.
Yeah.
Japanese and Chinese. Like there's been some bad girls from over there too.
Definitely. Like, this guy, Kazuto Ioka, he's ranked second in the world in the Superfly division, number 1 in Japan. And, out of his 29 wins, 15 come by way of knockout. And we're talking like a guy who weighs 116, 115 pounds.
Right. He's got something. He's doing something right.
Exactly. He's got Thor's hammer hidden in his glove. That's what he's got.
Yeah, he's definitely eating his Wheaties or his spinach.
For sure. So Clarissa Shields, female fighter of the year, well deserved, I guess. Undisputed, 2 weight classes.
Yeah.
What can you say? Like, what do you think's next for her? What do you think she goes from here? When you've conquered everything, and there's not much left for you to do, what do you do?
I mean, that's a tough one because really she's definitely dominated all the weight classes there. I don't know that she can go down any farther. I mean, maybe one more weight class. Um, you would have to have so they'd have to meet in the middle. I mean, you'd have to have some of the like 140 fighters go up to like 152 and her come down. Well, because what was her last 154, right? For the last one?
Yeah, yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
So, I mean, you'd have to have the 140s come up, I'd say. But I'm trying to think of like who would be the best opposition for her right now.
Yeah, there's
I mean, anywhere. There's nobody heavier. There's nobody going up. I don't going back up. I think would be pointless. There's really nobody left up.
no, no, there isn't. There's nobody really.
I mean, I think Clarissa's great. There's nobody. I know all these girls she's fighting are have good records, and a lot of them were undefeated or have the knockouts and all of that, but they had never really truly been tested.
Right.
So and that's kind of the thing for me is I would love there before she retires. I hope there's one girl that is really equal, so we can really see like all of them have to go all out. I know she said she did in the last fight. She had to dig deep, which I could see that, but she dominated her. I mean, that was a walk in the park for her. I feel she might have pulled out a few extra things, but I didn't see anything really too much different than I saw in her previous fights. Same style. I think she just threw more punches.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know that when she fought, to me, her toughest opponent was Hannah Gabriel's. But the problem with that was, and not just because of the knockdown, but I think Gabriel was really laying it on her in the first couple of rounds. But I think the weight she was going up in weight, and the weight was too much for her because about halfway through, Gabriel's ran out of gas. I think it was just because of the weight difference.
Yeah.
I've fought bigger girls, and when they're laying on you and pushing you, I mean that really takes a lot out of the tank.
No, for
And
sure.
she ran out of gas. But I think if they had both been at the same weight, that would have been a really intriguing fight. It would have been, I think, that would have definitely been a really good matchup for those two. I would love to see that fight again if Gabriel's was just not
Yeah, if she was active.
small. She's too small. But that was a good. If we can get somebody that style, I'm trying to think who's similar to her style that's even remotely close to that weight, and I can't even really think of anybody. It would have to be
Carl wants to see Jonas versus Shields.
Jonas versus Shields would be maybe a.
I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be very interesting.
Yeah, that would be an interesting fight. Haven't they been talking about that?
I don't know.
Or did Clarissa call her out recently?
Yeah, I think Clarissa called her out.
Yeah. I would like to see that in 2023. That should be where she should go next, I think. That would be a good one.
A good payday.
Yeah, definitely a good payday.
For both, for sure. Definitely a money draw.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, she does. She does want to fight her. She does want.
Yeah, I would like to see that one. I think that one would be a pretty decent matchup.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be good. 2023 is going to be the year for huge fights. Oh man. Also, what I've heard talks too of Terry Harper next.
Terry Harper for Shields?
Yeah. I've also heard
talks about that as well. I don't think that's even worth it.
I don't even think it would put people in the seats, to be honest. It's not.
No, not at all. No, I don't even think that should be in the hat. I don't even that should be a name that's
Carl confirmed that yes, Shields did call her out.
Shields called her out.
Yeah, so you know what? That's gonna happen. I can't wait to see that. Yeah. That'll be a good fight.
I can't wait to see that. But yeah, not the Harvard fight. I don't think that shouldn't even be in the same conversation.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. We also we had Katie Taylor named as a female fighter of the year over in the UK, which is great.
Well, yeah, she's very deserving.
very deserving of it. Also, prospect of the year, Frank Martin, big name. I've been telling people about this guy for a while. I've been
Yeah, I
following
think
him
I heard you
for a
talk
year.
about him before.
Yeah, he can. It's one of those guys where he's just like floating in and around that smoke, and just nobody's like catching him. Like nobody's seeing where he's at. Nobody's really paying attention to anything that he's doing, and then he comes and just like runs house. Like when he
Yeah,
faced Rivera, like in the
just in and
battle of
out.
two top, yeah, in the battle of two top prospects, the kind of matchup that rarely happens in boxing. And Martin dominated Rivera, down in
Yeah,
the seventh round, to a wide decision win with speed, power, rapidly developing skills. Martin's 27, and I think people are sleeping on this kid, but he's well deserving of a title like that. Definitely a
yeah.
prospect to be watching.
Well, he'll
I think
only
it's
get better from here.
Oh yeah, I think 2023 is going to be a big year for him. A lot of people are saying that Keyshawn Davis, is also more deserving of it, but they both kind of are the prospect of the year. Where Martin's 27, he's taking a different road to you know. Carl, that's disrespectful, man. You mean Cody the Crippler Crawley? Yo, he was taking a break. That's what happened. He was taking a break. He's I just talked to him about a month and a half ago, and he's getting back into the gym and starting to train. He took some well deserved time off after some damp Chantel Cameron, yeah, definitely
Cameron.
world class.
Yeah,
Honestly, impressed with Caroline Dubois this year. She's been pretty impressive every time I've seen her.
she was. Yeah, I definitely think she is definitely stepping up. I mean, she's learning something new and bringing something new to the table every fight. I think she's definitely growing. I
Yeah.
definitely think big things will be for her next year too.
Oh yeah. I think 2023 is going to be a huge year for a lot of people. A lot of fights
Yeah,
didn't happen in 2022. Too much bullshit, too much politics. Like boxing always has.
always.
I don't want my top money guy fighting your top money guy, and because I want to keep my top money guy, so he keeps making me money and all this kind of crap. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's not even about the fighters anymore at that point and who they want to fight or who the fans want. It's all about the promoters and how much money they're going to win or lose. They don't want to risk it. It's not the fighters that don't want to fight. You typically, I can't say always because I do know some fighters that won't fight, but
Right.
a lot of times it's the promoters that won't. They don't
Yeah.
want to lose their top payday
They don't.
because it's a risk. They might lose.
Yeah. Yeah, they might. Dubois, I think Dubois. Yes, I agree with you, Carl. Dubois is going to struggle for opponents. I think she's going to have a hard time. Just she's raw, man.
She's gonna have to jump straight to the top.
She's gonna
She's pretty much at her. She's at her breaking point for kind of breaking herself in to the game. She's pretty much surpassed that at this point. She's gonna be at this point. She'll be kind of like I was back in the day. After the first time I fought Mia. From there, I was fighting all top ranked fighters because nobody else would fight me. So she'll be thrown in with the wolves, and we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, I think she's gonna go right up to the top.
I think she can handle herself though. She's definitely shown she's got that fierce, fire within that just she's able to unload, huge
Absolutely.
volume, lots of power, all the levels. Definitely knows how to play that angle really, really well. And just,
Yeah.
she's a
She's
hard
definitely
hitter.
got good angles in and out movement. Yeah. She's growing. She's still not peaking. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
yeah. She's getting better. Yeah, every single time. So yeah, that's good. She'll be thrown right up to the top, but I think she'll handle herself well too.
yeah, definitely. 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 I think she will. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for the new year with all these wicked fights, man. They're calling Ebony Bridges the breakout boxer of the year. I I don't know about that, but I do give that girl mad respect.
Yeah.
That Shannon Courtney Ebony Bridges fight. That was a huge fight, and there's a lot of men that wouldn't have continued with an eye like
No.
that.
No, they wouldn't have it all.
You know,
No.
I think there was
They
a few
were great
tricks.
mother.
I think there was a few tricks in the corner, like squeeze the elbow when he passes the
Yep.
finger by, so you can see it.
Yep.
She had no idea what was going on out of that side of her
None.
face at all. She kept
Now,
walking
Ebony is
into that.
all inside
Yeah,
fighter.
yeah,
So there are so many tricks that you can use when you're in there that they don't see.
oh my god, man, just it was
I mean, I
crazy.
hate it and it's illegal, but
Yeah, yeah,
what they don't see,
definitely the breakout boxer, I guess, for her social media, following.
yeah, for social media platforms. I mean,
How
I saw her fight live in Indiana. I think it was in 2000.
mhm.
I can't remember who her opponent was, but I went to that fight. I think there were several girls on that card. And when I was in Illinois, so I drove up to Indiana and watched that fight. And that was the first time I saw Ebony. And she was pretty impressive to me. Actually, if I remember right, she was to me fight of the night that night. She fought with that was I think the night that what is her name from Chicago? My girl that Robinson came back out of retirement.
Okay.
That I think that was the night that I went and watched because I wanted to see her come out of retirement because I grew up with her in the area because I trained out of Chicago.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, her fight was the most exciting fight, very similar to what you saw when she fought the other day. But I thought then that she was going to explode just because of her demeanor and her style.
Yeah.
All the stuff she does outside of the ring. To I'm just not I'm just not that distasteful, I guess. But hey, to each their own.
To each
People
their
are
own.
obviously paying her for it. So hey, make your money, girl. I can't,
Exactly. Exactly. You
you
know,
know,
she's making her
she's
money.
the one that's gonna have to look back in 20 years and see all that stuff out in the public. So I mean, whatever. She's
Yeah.
making money at it. I can't knock somebody for, grinding and making money.
Exactly. Exactly. She's working her hustle pretty good.
Yeah,
She's
but she
definitely
can
working.
fight. She can fight. She definitely took it to her. That fight, I was excited. I was getting all on the edge of my seat for that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
they were definitely going back, and she was taking some leather too. Now, don't get me wrong. She was eating some punches.
Yeah, she does.
She
She
was
does.
eating.
But she's got it. She's got a jaw on her.
She definitely has a chin. There is
Yeah.
definitely no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So people
Yeah.
can, you know, underestimate her all they want, but that girl can fight, and she's gonna keep coming.
Oh
And she's
yes.
got pop. Her power is improving.
It
Her
is.
power
It
is
is.
definitely improving.
It definitely is. Yeah, I was like she's now what 10 fights into her career. She's only got the one
Yeah.
loss. She's she's holding that IBF World Bantam title. So
Yep.
it's good year for her, I guess, man. She did fight quite a bit. She had what
Yeah, I
two
think
two
she
fights,
had two or
two,
three
and then
fights
she
this
had three in 2021, four in 2021. So she's been pretty busy for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know how long she'll be off with her hand surgery. I don't know how long that's going to put her off for, but probably a little bit because that's going to have to heal.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm super excited for January 21st. Liam Smith, the grudge match, Chris Eubank Jr. They're going to collide. Manchester, Sky Sports, can't wait. Eubank has his edge and size. Smith is confident that his experience skill will lead him to the victory. This is a big one. This is definitely a big one. Liam Smith says, I know I'll beat Eubank and then beat him in the rematch if he wants one.
I don't
So,
know. I think I got my money on Eubank for that one.
yeah, really? All
Maybe
right.
by
All
an
right.
edge. Maybe by
He
an
does,
edge. We'll see.
he has an edge. He has an edge in size, but Smith, like his skill is a
Yeah.
little ahead. So we'll have to
Yeah.
see if Eubank is able to use that size to his best
It'll be
ability.
exciting to watch.
Definitely,
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. Honestly, yeah, great fight. Mark Tibbs doing a great job. Yes, yes, Mark Tibbs doing a great job. Yes, Carl, definitely, definitely doing a great job.
Did you see God, I don't know if it was Twitter or somewhere I saw that the WBC is going to
I was
be
just
allowing trans
Yes, I was just about to talk about that
You're going
actually.
to talk about that? I had to bring that up.
I was gonna bring it up. I want to say, for a sport that is so archaic at times, it's pretty progressive. It's pretty moving forward. Really opening up and experiencing stuff. There are going to be rules though, to the whole thing. They just
I haven't seen the rules. I just saw the post that they were legalizing it.
yeah. So they're saying that it's all about birth. Let me get it right instead of saying anything wrong here, right? Because it's such a touchy subject.
Yeah, this touchy subject, so make sure you get your facts straight.
Yeah, let me get the wording right. um, they will be implementing its transgender program as soon as 2023. They've also confirmed the news via Twitter. The program will be developed as a form of inclusion. So they are saying, where is it? The sport would look to adopt at birth rule, meaning the trans fighter born a man would only be able to compete against a fellow trans fighter born a man.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
see, I
so
didn't see that. I should
yeah.
have looked it up before I jumped to conclusions.
So trans athletes will not be allowed to compete against non-trans fighters. The WBC will issue a global call for trans athletes to come forward if they want to compete, with the aim of setting up their own separate league or tournament.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
now they're not going to like that, but I think that's the right call. So I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want anybody getting upset with me. But how I look at that is, and I'm happy for everybody for who they are, and I'm glad that people are being who they are.
Right.
With that said, I feel like as a trans female transitioning to a male, if they wanted to compete against a male, they are making that choice on their own,
Yeah, but
knowing
see,
that there's a
this is
little
where
imbalance there. So
yeah.
that's one thing. But if you have a transgender
This
coming
is this
over,
is also this is also just the infancy of what's happening, right? We don't know, it could switch
yeah,
up,
could
right?
switch.
But
Um,
the
I think
yeah,
it's unfair for the guys to come over because the women, I guess the girls could still choose not to fight them as an opponent
right.
because they know they're gonna know. But the the female taking that fight, knowing that they're transgender female, they didn't choose that. Like they didn't choose to fight against someone that way. So I feel it's a little unfair that way. Where if it's a girl transitioning to a man, they already know that it's what they're going up against. They chose to do that. So I think I'm going to just leave it with that. But I think it's great that it's growing. But that's nice. I did not read into the facts that they both have to be.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of like their own separate league then.
It will. So they're saying, WBC president emphasized, uh, under the jurisdiction of the WBC, will never have a fight between a born man and a born woman. The WBC's transgender category will be separate from its already existing men's 18 weight classes and women's 16
Okay.
weight classes.
That would be nice though. That I think is a great step. I think that's good.
Really just opening up a whole platform for themselves.
Yeah.
It's great, and they're going to put that call out there at the beginning of 2023. Hey, Gwen Ledge, how are you? Eruption Boxing's in the house. Thanks
Happy
for
New
coming.
Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, and Graham, yes, Graham Boyce has also graced us with his presence from Niagara Falls in the comments.
Oh, I didn't even see him. Hey, Graham, you should have hopped on.
I know. He should have, give us live from the falls.
Yeah, live from Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that would have been great, man. We would have been able to see all the nice lights on the falls. Would have been a
Yeah,
spectacle. But,
it would have been
unfortunately,
pretty.
yeah, it would have been great.
Next
We
time.
were expecting Tim Witherspoon, whose birthday it was. He's running late. I guess they're actually throwing him a big party or something. He was supposed to come join us tonight on his Friday night panel with Tim Witherspoon and friends.
Yeah, I came on to tell him happy birthday.
I know, and
But at
now
least I get to keep you company. So you're not by your lonesome.
I know. I've had to do that many times, but I like to
Yeah,
hear
I feel
myself.
bad like when you're on by yourself sometimes. I'm like, shoot, I should have jumped on, but it's kind of hard with the kids. Like it depends on like
I hear
how
that.
everybody
I
is
hear
in the
that.
moment, if I can quick run away or not.
It's a good thing I like to hear myself talk.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Right. And then I always have, our fans that
at
chirp
least
on
you
the
get
side.
somebody to comment usually, right? So at least you're talking with someone and not technically
Exactly.
by yourself.
I know, because it'd be ridiculous if I was just doing this for
Yeah, I
business.
always love it when you live stream on any social media platform and there's people in there, but they're not saying anything. And it's like, come on, let's please just make this a conversation. Like, just say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't want to talk to the screen. Like, I know you're out there.
Yeah.
I see you. Come out. Come out and play.
Yeah. I seen it. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, it's great. Well, Tim, he's turned. Oh, what age is he now? Is he 65 or 66? I want to say he just born 57. Oh, so he's 69. No, 60. Oh man, I don't even know how old he is. What is he born? 57. Oh, okay. Well,
57.
he's old. He's an old boy.
Yeah, he's definitely older than me.
Yeah, he definitely is. Born December 27th. So, you know what, Tim Witherspoon, happy birthday.
Happy
From
birthday.
here. Yeah, happy birthday from us over here at
Yeah,
Talkin.
you're supposed to be here.
Yeah, you are supposed to be here, man. You are supposed to be here. 65 years old, December 27th, 1957.
You just said
Wow.
57.
Yeah, 1957, age 65.
Oh, that's when he was born.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's up there. He looks great for his age. I'll tell you that much. He's still in the gym. He's still training hard. Honestly, this guy is on the move. Wow, what an accomplished fighter as well. Two-time heavyweight champ, 69 total fights, 55 wins, 38 by knockout, 13 losses, 1 draw. The man's been there, seen it all, done it. Honestly. I'm great to call him my friend. I'm very happy that I get to call him my buddy and we talk lots. It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Happy birthday, buddy.
Well, I don't know. There's not much going on in the world of boxing this week. I guess we could end it a little early today. And I guess everybody's out there going to prep for New Year's, which is tomorrow night. I, on the other hand, will be working. So
I won't be doing anything. It's just being with the kids.
Well,
maybe get some fireworks or something.
Some fireworks, some juice boxes and movies.
Yes, you got it.
Excellent.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, Netflix and chill. That's awesome. Well, Brooke, thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, always a pleasure. I can't wait. We're going to drop your show soon. I'm going to come join you for that. We'll do the introduction.
Absolutely. Get me kicked off with Mike.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to get it kicked off with me. We'll get it going. It'll be great. So, guys, make sure you look out for that.
I've been working on my background.
Yeah, the background's looking great.
Let me know what you think.
It's great.
I worked on it yesterday and today.
Excellent. It looks great. It does look great.
Awesome. I moved my desk.
Fans, thanks for tuning into this week's episode of the Friday Night Panel. We will see you next year. Yeah, next year. Next year, same time, same channel, 2023. You know what it is, guys. It's your man Mike and Brooke saying Happy New Year, and we will see you next year. Peace.
Be safe.